Federal Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad on Sunday said Panama Papers had exposed overseas assets of the world's most corrupt people. It is now being informed that another study of the International Consortium of Investigation Journalism was coming to light, the minister said in a series of tweets. Like Panama, Pandora Leakes also disclosed details of poor countries' money transfer abroad. He said, adding, this disclosure would further strengthen the position of Prime Minister Imran Khan. Fawad said Prime Minister Imran Khan said rich countries should discourage the trend of transferring stolen money from poor countries to rich countries. We hope that this investigation, like the Panama investigation, will open new avenues of transparency, he said, adding, it will be another reason to discourage corruption. Seeper Mohammad Amir Iqbal, 30, was martyred after terrorists targeted a security forces checkpost in the Gharium area of North Waziristan. The Inter-Services Public Relations, the media wing of Pakistani Army, confirmed the incident in a statement on Monday. According to the ISPR, Pakistani troops responded promptly after the attack. However, during the exchange of fire, Seeper Iqbal embraced martyrdom. Meanwhile, a clearance operation, it added, was underway in the area. The Pakistan Telecommunication Authority has blocked more than 175,000 illegal internet mobile equipment identity devices since it introduced a mechanism to prevent the use of stolen mobile phones under the device identification, registration and blocking system. Besides, the authority identified and blocked around 26.03 million fake and replica mobile devices from the use on local networks, a senior PTA official said. Moreover, he said as many as 880,780 cloned, duplicated IMEIs against 5.28 million MSISDNs have been identified and blocked. The connectivity of smartphones on local networks has been increased from 35% to 51% as of July 2021 after the implementation of DIRBS. Minister for Interior Sheikh Rashid Ahmad condemned the attack of terrorists on security forces personnel in North Waziristan, Spin 1. In a message, he said that it was sad to know that security forces personnel were martyred. In a message, he said that it was sad to know that security forces personnel were martyred in terrorist attack. He prayed to Allah Almighty to rest the departed souls in eternal peace and grant patience of their family members. He said the Pakistan Army had a history of sacrifices for ensuring the security of the country. The morals of security forces are high as such attacks cannot demoralize us. Note that as many as 4 soldiers of Frontier Corps and Levi's sub-inspector on Saturday embraced martyrdom while thwarting terrorist targeted attack on security forces while in Spinworm area of North Waziristan. The clearance operation was in progress to eliminate any terrorists found in the area, said an Inter-Services Public Relation media release. Prime Minister Imran Khan on Sunday promised to investigate all Pakistani citizens connected to a massive probe into the hidden wealth of politicians worldwide after members of his inner circle were implicated in the report. The so-called Pandora Papers investigation involves some 600 journalists from media including the Washington Post, the BBC and the Guardian. Is based on a leak of some 11.9 million documents from 14 financial services companies around the world. Some 35 current and former world leaders are featured in the documents, analyzed by the International Consortium of Investigation Journalists, facing allegations ranging from corruption to money laundering and global tax avoidance. We welcome the Pandora Papers exposing the ill-gotten wealth of elites accumulated through tax evasion and corruption and laundered out to financial havens, Khan said in a long Twitter thread. My government will investigate all our citizens mentioned in the Pandora Papers, and if any wrongdoing is established, we will take appropriate actions. I call on the international community to treat this grave injustice as similar to the climate change crisis. Chairman and CEO of the BOL Media Group and exec Mohammad Shoaib Ahmed Sheikh said on Monday that the ICIJ's report that accused him of owning an offshore company was false, fabricated and malicious. He said that while the spirit of this initiative remains positive as it exposed individuals who laundered ill-gotten money to offshore safe havens, but the 2 local journalists working with the International Consortium of Investigation Journalism in Pakistan did not bother to verify facts or even to take version of people whom they tried to scandalize through their so-called investigative work. Basic journalism ethics say that when you are accusing a person, at least try to get his version. But in my case and of many others accused of owning offshore companies in the Pandora Papers, no such exercise was done. He said both the local journalists Umar Chima and Fakhar Durrani work for a rival media group which has an open bias toward the BOL Media Group. Their unprofessionalism and biased conduct damages this initiative and plunges it into an unnecessary controversy. The Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz has said that it will sue the state-run Pakistan Television for wrongly mentioning the name of Junaid Safdar, the son of Maryam Nawaz, in a report on the Pandora Papers. Party's Information Secretary Maryam Aurangzeb took to Twitter on Sunday and claimed that the PTA government had deliberately created a fake report that Junaid owned 5 offshore companies. Those who aired the fake news against Junaid Safdar should apologize, she added. After Pandora Papers were released on Sunday, revealing names of several ministries of the ruling government and the opposition members of offshore company owners, a couple of news channels had mentioned Junaid's name as the owner of 5 offshore enterprises. Aurangzeb said the king of fake news, Imran Khan, used the state television to run this false news. According to the PMLN leaders, lawyers were pursuing legal action against PTV for airing the false and baseless news. Administrator Karachi Murtaza Wahab has announced that one of the Karachi's underpasses will be named after the late actor and comedian Omar Sharif in recognition of his services. In a tweet on social networking site Twitter, Murtaza Wahab said, in recognition of the services rendered by the late Umar Sharif, KMC will name its underpass at the junction of Shahid-e-Millat and Haider Ali roads as Umar Sharif Underpass. Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz Information Secretary Maryam Aurangzeb on Saturday slammed President Arif Alvi and urged him to read up on Parliament parliamentary protocols. The former information minister said this while referring to the letter sent by President Alvi to PMLN President Shehbaz Sharif. She was apparently unhappy with the way Shehbaz was addressed in the letter. She said it was unfortunate to be ignorant of the position and respect of parliamentary positions. Mariam said it is for the information of the president that Shehbaz Sharif is the leader of the opposition. However, despite being in the presidency, Arif Alvi is not aware of the constitutional, democratic and parliamentary etiquette of addressing the leader of the opposition. She said the negative attitude and thinking had destroyed the traditions of parliamentary and social etiquette, tolerance and respect. Prime Minister Imran Khan will inaugurate the Kamyab Pakistan program on Monday, under which loans worth 1.4 trillion rupees will be rolled out among 3.7 million families in the country. A press release quoted Finance Minister Shaukat Tareen as saying that the Kamyab Pakistan program would be a major initiative in the government's effort to alleviate poverty by empowering the deprived segments of the society and by supporting them to transform their lives. The program would also link the low-income groups to the banks through microfinance institutions and the media wing of the PM office. The program also reflects the sense of state's responsibility towards its weaker segments of the society. The All Pakistan CNG Association has augmented the price in Sindh of CNG by 15 rupees per kg. Association President Giyas Piracha stated that CNG will be available now at 180 rupees per kg. Prices have been increased in line with constant currency valuation and rising prices of LNG. Piracha added that the price of imported gas has been amplified in Punjab by 8 rupees and 15 rupees in Sindh from today. The increase in gas prices came on the back of the sales tax and dollar value, he said. The association president also complained about the hike. He demanded an instant decrease in taxes from the government. According to a notification from the finance division, the government declared an increase in the price of petrol by 4 rupees from October 1 due to an increase in petroleum prices in the international market. OGRA has worked out the higher petroleum prices, but the Prime Minister has decided against the recommendation and passed on the minimum increase in prices to the consumers, the notification has said. It is pertinent to mention that petroleum prices in Pakistan are the cheapest in the region, the notification claimed. Pakistani actor Junaid Khan, who has impressed his audience with his versatile performances in a whole lot of varying characters, looked dapper in his recent clicks. Taking to Instagram, the Na Kariyo Mohabbat star shared multiple snaps from Turkey, showcasing his toned and perfectly fit body. In one of his Insta stories, Junaid treated his fans with major fitness goals and shared multiple stories during his workout session. After creating an entry into this glamour world as a singer, he decided to make his debut on a small screen as an actor, and today he ranks as one of the highly recommended celebrities of this industry. Venom Let There Be Carnage raked in $90.1 million rupees in its opening weekend, breaking the previous pandemic record. It's an outstanding outcome, one that gives ailing movie theaters a lifetime and demonstrates Marvel's box office dominance. If the first 3 days in theaters are any indication, Venom Let There Be Carnage will be among the highest grossing films of 2021. The picture is solely available in theaters rather than a hybrid on-demand release, which should boost ticket sales. In a statement to the press, Sony chairman Tom Rothman remarked, "We are also thrilled that patience and theatrical exclusivity have been rewarded with record results. With all respect to Mark Twain, the death of cinema has been much exaggerated." The supervillain sequel, starring Tom Hardy as the otherworldly leader protector, shattered the pandemic-era box office record set by Black Widow, which made $80 million in its first weekend. It also generated $60 million on Disney Plus, where it was available for purchase on the same day as its theatrical release. Young adult consumers are less discouraged by current pandemic conditions than older and family moviegoers, which benefits superhero action and horror films, said David Egros, president of the movie consulting firm Franchise Entertainment Research. Playing solely on the large screen is certainly a benefit for these movies, he adds. Pakistan all-format skipper Babar Azam on Sunday achieved another milestone. He became the first player to score 7,000 runs in T20 cricket, surpassing flamboyant West Indian cricket Chris Gayle. Babar reached the milestone during Central Punjab's clash against Southern Punjab in the ongoing National T20 Cup. He was only 4 runs away from the milestone when he stepped on the crease yesterday. Babar broke Gayle's record, who reached the 7,000 run milestone in his 192nd inning. Babar Azam reached the milestone in the 189th inning. When Babar scored 6,000 runs earlier this year, he was 3 innings short of Chris Gayle's record. Since then, he has added another 1,000 runs to his total T20 runs record in just 22 innings. He has scored 2,204 runs out of 7,000 in T20 internationals. In April this year, he even surpassed Virat Kohli's record to become the fastest player to score 2,000 runs in T20 internationals. He beat Kohli by a margin of 4 innings. Pakistani skipper became the 11th player to score 2,000 runs in T20 internationals. Pakistani cricketer Shan Masood's sister Misha passed away on Saturday. Former and current player offered their condolences to Shan. Shan Masood took it to Twitter, where he shared his sister's photo with a heartfelt note about her demise. In the tweet, he acknowledged his sister as the most precious thing in my life and regretted that he never got to say goodbye to her. "I will miss you so much, but I know God has taken you to a better place. Please pray for my sister's departed soul," he added. Former Pakistani cricketer and Balochistan coach Faisal Iqbal tweeted his condolences. PCB chairman Ramiz Raja prayed for God to give strength to Masood and his family to bear the loss. All-rounder Anwar Ali offered his condolences as well. Former Pakistan cricketer Sarfaraz Ahmed and opening batsman Abid Ali both condoled Mishu's demise. After a viral selfie picture of a man with Aryan Khan was spread online, the Narcotics Control Bureau issued an explanation. The explanation comes as a local Mumbai court hears the case of Aryan Khan, Arbaz Seth Merchant and Mumnam Demecha, the 3 members of the cruise group. The trio was arraigned in front of the Metropolitan Magistrate and placed in NCB detention detention until October 4. Before being questioned, the viral photo was shot at the NCB custody. ANI tweeted, Narcotics Control Bureau categorically classifies that the man in the picture with Aryan Khan is not an officer or employee of NCB. A total of 8 people were detained late on Saturday night by NCB sleuths after they raided Goa-bound Cordelia cruise ship on the Mumbai coast. According to reports, they recovered 13 grams of cocaine, 21 grams of charas, 22 pills of MDMA, 5 grams of MD and $1.33 lakh in cash. They've been given information regarding the celebration. On social media, the star kid has been trending. The photo shows the man snapping a selfie with Aryan Khan, who was seized and then arrested by the NCB following a rave party raid.
बोल ब्रीफ्स की वीडियो सबसे पहले देखने के लिए बोल ब्रीफ्स के चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन पर क्लिक करना ना भूलें।